Hello, happiness abounder, and welcome back. So yesterday I was chatting with you about holding the line when it comes to the rubber band effect and your happiness. And I didn't really go into how you can hold the line, but really wanted to emphasize that you can and you could hold the line to improve the happiness of those all around you. But what does that actually look like? What are the actionable things that you can do to hold the line? Well, first and foremost, you can communicate. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but it makes a big difference in several aspects. Some of you may know that, I think it's about a month ago now, I completed a challenge called 75 Hard. What it is for 75 days straight, without any compromise, you follow a strict, I'm going to say strict, but a strict regimen of doing certain things every single day. And if you miss a day, you have to start over. There's several phases of it. I have completed the foundation phase, which is 75 hard, and I've also completed 75 hard phase 1. But here's the thing. I told everybody that I knew, like everyone that I knew personally that would see me on a regular basis or that would invite me to lunch, I would tell them I was doing this program. And it wasn't because I was trying to inflate my ego and be like, look how awesome I am. It was because I needed some accountability to people who didn't know they were being accountable. I wanted them to know what I was striving to achieve so they could be in my corner and supporting me, but mostly so that I could be like, okay, I've told that person and that I've pretty much told every person I know in multiple facets of my life. This means that it doesn't matter who I am hanging out with, I can't miss a day. Because everybody knows that I'm trying to do this and I don't want to be that person who drops it. I want to finish it. I want to, quote unquote, win for myself. And I say win because it was winning all the way along, but I wanted to complete it. But I told everybody. And I did that because I wanted to clearly communicate so I could be set up for success. It is the same thing with the rubber band effect. Doesn't matter what you're striving for. In the case of 75 Hard, it was a mental toughness challenge. I was striving for it, so I communicated to as many people as possible what in the world I had going on. Because that allowed me to hold the line. There was no being tempted by these individuals. And those that did, all I had to do was say no once, and they're like, oh, wow, okay, she's serious. And I can even say, actually, I've told a couple other people, so I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it here and have to go tell them too. So I'm just going to keep on doing me. And it never came from a place of like, no, how dare you try to get me to break this. It really is just this is what I'm doing. And then people were interested and surprised, and I even had people tell me it was weird and crazy. That was really fun. But you could hold the line because people knew. So the first line of communication when it comes to holding the line for whatever your goal is to communicate. Now that can be done in different ways. That can be done by telling everybody, this is what I'm doing. I am training for a marathon. I am on this special meal plan. I am doing this challenge. I am in this course. I am being mentored by this individual. I am reading this book, right? There's so many facets, and I know I'm not touching hardly any of them. But there's so many things that you can say and you can talk about and you can clearly communicate that hold that line. Because when people know what you're up to, you can hold the line. When they don't have a clue, it's so much easier to be like, oh yeah, I could let that go today. I could let that pass. I'll start again tomorrow, which it's way harder to start again tomorrow because you got to climb back up to where you were. So clearly communicate to everybody in your life. And I don't mean obviously everybody, but the people who you're spending time with. So that's coworkers, if you're in a workplace. That's family, if you're attending family dinners during whatever your time frame. That's your partner, your spouse. That's friends that you go to like maybe guys or girls nights with. Right? All of those situations, all of those people that are your community. And don't do it just online, because that doesn't hold the kind of accountability that a person-to-person interaction would do. You can say it online, but it doesn't necessarily hold the same accountability, because online they're not like, they're following you, but you're not communicating to them in a way that is setting you up to hold the line, if that makes sense. So make sure you clearly communicate. And in that, so that's kind of to the broader world. Now coming in a little bit, that clear communication to, let's say, your partner. Hey, I'm going to be doing this challenge, and it pretty much means we can't go out to eat for 75 days. Oh, and then I'm going to do an extra 30 days on top of that. My husband had to, like, not necessarily agree, but it was super beneficial to have his support. But I could hold the line because I was like, this is important to me. This is why I'm doing it, and this is what I want the end result to be. So many times when we're trying to clearly communicate, we don't hold the line because we don't say what it is, why we're doing it, and what you want the outcome to be. We just say what it is. And then you get the, like, what I got, not necessarily from my spouse, but what I got from other people was, oh my gosh, that's so crazy, and that's so weird. You're doing that? That's, wow, I can't believe that. Like, that's really cool, but man, is that really weird. Yeah, I got that a lot. Oh, and everybody in the airport commented on my water bottle. Side note, but it was just like everybody has a comment about it. It's crazy. But that said, if I just said, hey, I'm gonna do the 75 hard, there's no backing to that. It's really hard to hold the line when you're like, I'm gonna do this. Because then people think you can do it anytime, any place, anywhere, and it doesn't have any sense of urgency, but more importantly, doesn't have any sense of consistency. But if you add a why you are doing it and what you want the outcome to be, then these groups of people that you're communicating with can get on board. And it is worlds easier to hold the line if you can communicate to that specificity. And then the third part of this communication is you need to focus on you. Very important. It's not me saying to my husband, you always make us go out to eat, and I'm gaining a whole bunch of weight for it, so I'm going to do this meal plan, and I'm going to do it just because I need to do it, and I'm not going to go out to eat with you anymore for at least a certain amount of time. What? That's me, like, blaming him for my choices because he wants to spend time with me, and that's not holding the line, although it feels like it's holding the line because it feels defensive. But holding the line does not need to be defensive. It just needs to be clear with a focus on you. Hey, I'm thinking I'm going to try this 75 hard challenge, and part of it is this meal plan. And it's really important to me to do this because I feel like it will give me so much mental clarity, and I really need that level of consistency in my food. And I think the outcome will be incredibly amazing. I think I'll have so much more clarity emotionally. I think that I will feel so much better physically, and I really want to do it. I don't need anything from you except I don't know if I'll be able to go out to dinners and things like that, and we may have to make some compromises. I want to let you know that this is what I'm doing. At that point, it's like, yeah, that's actually a great idea. Maybe I'll do it with you. Or, yeah, that's a great idea. We can do it for 75 days. That's not a problem. Or, could you go here? Could you go here? Let's work out some game plans of places we can go if we want to go to dinner with friends or to spend time in the food realm. So there's a lot of options there, but you can't blame the other people for you holding the line. This is about positive self-boundaries and focusing on this is what I'm doing versus I'm doing this because of you, or I need to hold the line because you're unsupportive. That doesn't work. And you can even tell a tone in my voice changes when it's a defensive holding the line and communicating that versus I'm focusing on me and this is what I need to do and it's my journey and it's important to me and this is where I'm going. Big difference there. So as you are looking to hold the line, you need to clearly communicate what it is that you're going for, why you're going for it as it pertains to you, focusing on you, and what you want the end result to be. That will help you hold the line so much better. So I'm going to leave you with that today. I hope that this episode helped, hope that it resonated, and I hope that you have a great day. And remember, you are capable of happiness abound.